Just really proud of our group today for coming out and playing against a very good Middle Tennessee team that makes you play, makes you grind every possession. They did that today. I had a feeling this game would be similar to what it was. I thought it would be a defensive battle. I figured it'd be a low-scoring game. And they made us really work. And really proud of our group for battling through adversity, like we did today with foul trouble. Samantha Signer, Bree Brown did a phenomenal job, and Ebony Rowe. She's one of the best players we've seen all year, and I thought our team collectively did a great job on her when we fronted. We had help side in place, and we really made her work for everything. Amazing how many people came from Oregon State today. It was so exciting to see that big of a following, and really proud of that. And so it was a good day for us.
Questions for the student athletes, and a reminder, please raise your hand here in the front.
Ali, just talk about the defensive plan and what worked so well for you guys to hold them to just 36 points.
Yeah, I think defense was our key coming into the game. It's what we've been doing all season. It's kind of our signature. So I think we just had to take away their inside presence, and I think we did a really good job of that, and we limited their guards to touches too. So I think that was key in the win.
Michelle?
Sydney, can you just talk about sort of the mindset of the team coming in and getting prepared for this week? I mean, none of you have ever played an NCAA tournament game, and yet it seemed you looked pretty relaxed out there. You got out to a quick lead. Did you guys feel relaxed? Were there nerves out there?
I think we were a little nervous, but overall, it was just another basketball game. We didn't want to psych ourselves out thinking about the NCAA tournament. We just wanted to treat this as another basketball game and have fun out there. And like you said, we jumped out to a quick lead, and then we never looked back. And we have to credit our coaches for that because they prepared us really well for anything that we might have faced. So, yeah, we were having fun out there.
Here in the front.
For Sydney and Ali, your team has a lot of height. South Carolina has a lot of height. Maybe you'll kind of negate each other. So how do you kind of see that game on Tuesday night playing out?
I think it's going to be a good battle. I mean, we have Ruth Hamlin. I think she's one of the best posts in the game, and to have her down there gives also the guards confidence, knowing that we can send them down there. And Ruth's just a warrior, and I think that our coaches, once again, will give us a great game plan on how to handle them, and hopefully we can execute it well.
Yeah, I think whatever we're going to face on Tuesday, we'll be prepared for it. Everyone has to step up their game, so it's not just going to be a post battle, it's going to be a guard battle too. 5-on-5 the whole game, and it's going to be a war. So it's going to be a lot of fun, though. This is what we work for all season, so we're looking forward to it.
Tim?
Sydney, the last time you kind of had a stretch like that, you had 6 minutes there where it seemed like you couldn't miss anything. There in the second half, kind of what was going on, and what were you, I guess, feeling, experiencing at that moment?
Did you say not missing or
yeah,
missing?
Not missing.
Oh, sorry. My teammates did a really good job of getting me open. They do all the hard work. I just have to knock down the shots. I got a slow start in the first half, but everybody picked up their game. Alyssa Martin had 2 big threes, and we stayed in the game. Everybody stepped up their game. But like I said, all I have to do is bury the shot, so I wasn't really thinking about it. So, yeah.
Here in front.
You guys have kind of made your living on defense all year. How do you think you'll be able to contain South Carolina's slashing players with Mitchell and Welch, who kind of like to set up on the perimeter but then drive to the rim?
We'll be prepared.
We haven't spent a whole lot of time talking about them. We've been worried about these 40 minutes that we just got done with.
Jada?
With y'all and their pace, Middle Tennessee's pace, it seemed like it played into a benefit of y'all's. Would you agree with that? The pace of that offense, or actually preparing?
Yeah, definitely. We were able to set up our offense pretty easily. They started to press at the end there, but we were working really hard the past 2 weeks on breaking presses and just being relaxed. And I think it showed. We didn't have as many turnovers as in previous games. But, yeah, I think it definitely played to our benefit. Yeah, it wasn't, I'm sorry. We got a few fast break points in the second half, which was fun to get out and run a little bit, but we were able to slow it down pretty easily and just execute our offense.
Here in the back.
Were you sweating it at all when Ruth picked up her second foul so early?
I mean, that's always hard to have Ruth throw out, but I think we had confidence in the other people. During practice, they really stepped up, knowing the game plan, and I think they really did a great job guarding their posts.
Well.
What does it mean, either one of you, to get your school's first tournament win in 20 years, basically?
That's amazing. I mean, it's exciting. We've been working hard, especially for Sydney's freshman year. Hopefully it's a foundation that we can start, keep getting more, and we're all excited. We're all happy to be here, and hopefully it doesn't end.
Yeah, I'm pretty speechless about it. It's an indescribable feeling. We've been working hard all year, and it was our goal to make the NCAA tournament. We weren't really sure if we were going to get some wins, but it's nice to get the first one, and we're going to go back to work tomorrow and be ready to play on Tuesday.
Anything else for the student athletes? Howie?
Just curious, when Sydney's obviously had this great season as a freshman, but what was she like when you first started the preseason and whatever? Did you guys have any inkling she would be this good as a freshman right away?
Absolutely. I mean, Sydney Wiese is just a warrior. I remember she came on our official visit, and she just has so much confidence in open gym no matter what it is, and she works so hard. So I knew that it was bound to happen, that she'd lead this team and continue to do what she does best.
Jada?
Sydney, just out of curiosity, do you know much about Dawn Staley since she was a point guard too?
I know that she played in the WNBA, and she was one of the best players in history there. And she has an aggressive mindset, and I know she's carried that over to the college level, coaching her team. But like I said, Coach Rueck's going to prepare us. All the coaches are going to prepare us for whatever's in store. But I know that she knows what she's doing, so it's going to be a fun battle on Tuesday.
Thank you, ladies, and congrats on the win.
The defense, and I know that that's kind of been your calling card your whole career, but 36 points in an NCAA tournament game, what specifically was working so well today?
Well, we scout really well. Our staff does a phenomenal job. So, at this point, we have access to a lot of film. So we knew what was coming. We knew what they like to do. That's to go through the post, and we had to limit that. And when Ruth's on the floor for the 13 minutes that she got to play today, she slowed her down. And then when Bree and Sam came in, they slowed her down. And then we had to stay at home everywhere else on a kick-out pass. And I thought our team did a great job of that. This team also scores a lot of points off offensive rebounds. That's when we watch them, that's the number one thing I was scared of. As good as Roe is, she's going to get some points. I felt like we could make her miss some shots, but we had to box her out, and we had to box all of them out. I can't think of 34's name right now. I know their numbers. But she rebounds from the guard position as well as anybody we've played all year. And I thought our team did a phenomenal job on the boards. They certainly got some, but we limited them, And so another thing that helped us was we were up on the board, and it's just harder to shoot. When we play good position defense like we typically do, it's hard to knock shots down when you're behind. And I thought that played into it today.
Right here in the front.
Coach, just from the season, what do you know about South Carolina? Have you seen them on TV and highlights, anything like that? What's the first thing you're thinking of as you prepare for this matchup on Tuesday?
Yeah, we better protect the basketball. We better rebound the basketball. They're just phenomenal athletes, well coached. They're disciplined. If you turn it over, it's 2 points at the other end. We got to limit second chances. They do such a good job passing, and they can score in a variety of ways. There's a reason they're a 1 seed. And so, it's going to take a huge effort from us Tuesday night. And, this team, they've embraced every challenge, and we've played some really good teams this year, and we've played another 1 seed and another team that arguably was a 1 seed, some people would. So we've had some experiences leading up to this, but this is a big-time basketball team. We got a big-time challenge.
Michelle?
Scott, can you talk about the team's mindset coming in? Were you happy with, they did seem like they were pretty relaxed coming into the game.
Yeah, and that's what I've learned. I'm older than I want to admit and been around a while, and I've been in these situations. And certainly Division I is different than Division III. I get that, but games are games. I don't care if you're coaching junior high. If you're in a championship game, it's a big game, and everybody wants to win, and you better bring your A game as a coach and as a player. And so as we're leading up to this, that was my mindset as a coach, is we got to keep it as normal as possible and just enjoy the moment, and that's what I've learned. There's no use getting uptight about anything. You've got to play your best game, and so we as coaches, I thought our staff did a great job just making sure everything was the same. And then this team feeds off, Sid, I would say, is, she's our leader on the floor. She's got the ball in her hands all the time. Nothing rattles this kid. She's had every opportunity all year to be rattled. She was early in the year in a few cases, she learned from those mistakes that she made down stretches of close games that any freshman's going to make. And now, she just enters the game so confident. So when your floor cheerleader has that poise and that confidence about her, it just rubs off, you know. And then the other thing is this team has confidence on the defensive end of the floor. And when you're defending and rebounding, you know, I think we were the second best rebounding team in the Pac-12 this year. When you're defending and rebounding, that gives you confidence as well. And so I thought, you know, just getting stops early in this game was key to us. You know, and I did feel nerves a little bit from this group. We didn't shoot the ball very well early in the game or throughout the game, but credit Middle Tennessee for that. You know, but you know, then I thought our defense just allowed us to relax a little bit. But their mindset was just, hey, it is another game. What they're saying is reality.
Well,
I think you made your first shot of the game, three-pointer, kind of settles the nerves, and then you go on that 8-0 run, you take an 8-0 lead. So it's a two-part question. How big was that first shot that went down? And then how much easier did that make it for your girls to play with an advantage for the whole game?
Yeah, and I think they play into each other. And Alyssa Martin, you know, how special was that, our senior, you know, the first, like you said, first tournament game in 20 years or whatever it was or is, for our senior who's been with us from the beginning of this rebuilding process, gets the ball and gets to knock down that first shot. That was pretty special. It made me smile on the bench. I know we're not supposed to, but it made me smile, you know, and just happy for her. And then, you know, jumping out like we did, I thought we got good looks, and then they struggled initially, you know, just getting shots. So the whole thing felt good. It was what we envisioned. You know, and then I think everybody relaxed, and then it was just, you know, continuing to do it.
Jada?
Was there any concern when Ruth went out so early with those two?
I never like to see that. Yeah, I never like to see that. You know, and just the difference when you see a 6'3" player behind you instead of a 6'6", you know, there's a difference in confidence from the offensive player. You know, but credit Bree and credit Sam. They played phenomenal today. You know, we did front some. We played behind some. I thought they made very good decisions. We got beat on lobs, I think, just twice all day. And that's something we don't typically do. So we made an adjustment there. And our guards did a great job having their back with very few exceptions. Ali got a big steal second half. I think, you know, I think it was about a 12-point game, and Ali came baseline and got a steal. You know, and so having Ruth off the floor allowed other people to step up, and this team's been doing that all year, so really proud of that.
Jada?
Did you at all, I know basketball's basketball, but did it all sorry, I feel surreal in the second half that, you know, you guys were growing the lead and obviously closing in on the night?
Yeah, well, I don't know if surreal. I mean, Jada, I think, to be honest, we're getting used to it. You know, it's just like, well, this team doesn't, I mean, nothing surprises me anymore, you know. And so I honestly, though, felt like if we played defense the way we could, that we could be in a game somewhat like this. I didn't know how we'd score, you know, but I was really, you know, obviously pleased with it and really happy. I guess surreal, when you think about it too much, yeah, surreal is there, but I wasn't thinking that way, just coaching.
Tim?
Scott, when it's your point guard that becomes such an influential scorer for you, what are some of the challenges that the other players have to learn about getting the ball to her when she's normally the one that's actually running the offense and then all of a sudden needs to get fed the ball to score?
Yeah, well, a lot of her points just come off on-ball situations. You know, she's such a good creator and puts the defense at in a pickle, basically. You know, how are you going to guard that on ball? You know, and Sid's been doing such a great job of her decision making has just gotten better and better all year. You know, shots after she gives the ball up in that situation, her scoring comes later in the shot clock, just out of our motion. You know, when she gets it, so we just play after that. And late in the shot clock, sometimes we'll go to her, but not always. You know, and so. So I think everybody does a pretty good job. It's not like we're only looking at Sid, though. I think that's what's made us, you know, a really good team from January on, is that, you know, we've got a lot of weapons. A lot of people are capable of going for us, and we've been much more difficult to guard because of that.
Got time for two more for Coach. Michelle?
Pac-12 went 4-1 in this first round after you guys closed that out. But what do you think about that?
Well, it's awesome, and that doesn't surprise me a bit. And, you know, it took a buzzer beater to beat the one, right? And so they had a great chance to win as well. I think led the whole game. I didn't watch it, but I heard. So really proud of this conference. I mean, there's no secret why this team came and played the way they did today. I mean, we've been in battles all year. There's no nights off in this conference. It's well coached throughout, 1 through 12, and so we are battle tested because of that, and so really proud of our conference for getting it done, and it doesn't surprise me a bit.